Hi, welcome everybody. This is Joe Exotic, aka XO Joe. Thank you for joining me. Today's a special day. Experience, Strength, and Hope is going to be streaming on Fridays from now on for approximately 8 to 12 weeks for sure. And it's going to be either 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or noon Eastern Standard Time. So to get things kicked off, I have a very special guest, a double header. Never done this before on Experience, Strength, and Hope. We're going to have Patrick Lyon and Abit from Kryptosparbuch. They're going to join us today. So thank you, everybody, for coming over to say hello, for being here already. David Morales, Hex Deck, Hex in Effect, Abit, Orion. Welcome, everybody. We'll be right back after the Nagabo intro.
Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to like, be sure to share, be sure to comment. Say heck. Heck, yeah. Say heck, heck. Heck, yeah. Say heck. Say heck, yeah. Say heck, yeah. Thank that heck, thank that heck. 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 Hey, every time I look up, price went up. I go to the store, come back, price went up. Every time I look up, price went up. No matter what I do, price is still going up. Hell yeah. Ching, ching, motherfucker. Ching, ching. I am Nagabo. Ching, ching, motherfucker. I just keep hitting jackpot after motherfucking jackpot. We still jackpot, bitch.
Hi, welcome back, everybody. Thank you, Nagabo, for that intro. Always gets me pumped up. We have a great show, like I said. Everybody, Kryptosparbuch is here. So going forward, we're going to do a Friday show, and I was blessed to have these two gentlemen come on that have been very impactful in my Hexican life. They created the first keynote done at the Hexchange 2020 that really, to me, separated themselves on a professional level. It was just incredible with the information that they digested and gave back to us during that event. It was absolutely incredible. If you haven't seen that yet, day one of the Hexchange 2020 conference online. So I'd like to bring these fellas on. We have Hex Lion and A-Bit Hex. How's it going,
How's
fellas?
it going, everybody?
Hello, everybody.
Really
Welcome,
excited
everybody.
to be here. Thanks for inviting us, Joe. And yeah, let's start the stream.
Yeah, absolutely. It was you guys are, we got to hang out in Vegas, and I knew A-Bit on stream just from being a fan of Hex and watching before I knew you, Hex Lion, and I watched A-Bit on Discourse Syndicate. I really liked your style, your your artwork that you created for the community. I just really liked you right away, A-Bit, and I saw you hook up with with Patrick. And it reminded me of Maddie and I. Maddie and I first started. It was cool to have that duo to come in and support one another. And you guys, you have a excellent rapport, and your show is just incredible. And so, Patrick, your counterpoint to A-Bit to me is perfect online. You have a beautiful contrast. I was so surprised in real life how very similar you guys are. It's you are both so laid back, so calm, so much fun. I just had an absolute blast with you guys in Vegas. So thank you for joining me today. And, you do an incredible amount of work here for this community, and I just want to thank you.
Thanks, Joe. And you're totally right. We had opposite personalities pretty much, but also we are really, really close from the interesting things that we are doing. For example, Hex, obviously, we are dedicating our lives to Hex, and we are talking about Hex 24/7. And I couldn't even travel with all my other friends because they would not talk about Hex.
Everybody would run away.
They did already. So this works out really, really good. But then in our free time, we have so many common things to do as well. And this is why I love being a full-time Hexicans and travel with the Hex line here.
Yeah, we are really good travel buddies. and fit perfectly. And it's only like on stream that we are fighting. So like, Hex is a lot with numbers, and Ellen is like just like round about that or that, and there I always need to be. No, it's like half what you say. No, it's like double what you say.
And you mentioned the first keynote, right? So it was my idea, and I came to Patrick and said, "Come on, we have to do something with the
compound interest,
with the compounding interest, and show the people how the compounding interest works." And I just wanted to make it just a short little video, But then Patrick said, "No, man, we have to consider so many things. We even have to make simulations and stuff like this. How the market could behave."
3 days of talking to each other. You know what it means, what you want to do. Yeah, but But you know what that means, what you want to do. Yeah, but you know what that means.
At this point, when I told him I wanted to do this video, I didn't fully understand the complexity. And this is why it's great that I have Patrick, and then I think we do awesome things together just because we have those opposite sides of thinking.
Yeah, and when I get like from this topic to the next topic to the next topic, then Ellen pushes me down and sums it up, and then we can move on track.
Yeah, and you guys, Patrick, you in particular, you are you guys are both so much fun to be around. Your persona online, Patrick, is a little bit more serious to me. So when I met you in person and I saw you just let loose, and like you guys both had so much fun in Las Vegas that I was looking at your eyes, like I caught myself a couple times at like how much fun you guys were taking in. You know what I mean? Because it was like you couldn't hide it. You know, we all were. But
yeah, Europe, the center of Europe had a harsh lockdown, and it was nice to be around like-minded people finally, after just talking with a lot of them on stream or in the chats.
And I have the feeling Las Vegas was really a turning point for myself, because I started to develop myself, like getting more open, talking to people. And then at the Hex conference, it was so easy because everybody was a Hexican. And then this is already a door opener, for conversation, stuff like that. And then after Vegas, I was traveling a little bit more. And now it's so easy for me to connect with people. I would just talk to them, even though like maybe the language barrier, even though I do not know what to talk about, then I just find topics, and we always connect. And this is why it's so fun to be a Hexican now, because every single day we connect with people, and then there are opportunities coming out of that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing. The reason I was really hoping you guys could make this particular stream is because of what you're doing right now in this space. Because of Las Vegas, there's been a bunch of groups of people working together to create, the next thing in Hex, to unite us all, to bring the information to others. You guys you just make me happy, right? When I see what you're doing, it's inspiring, right? It's positive behavior that it is infectious to other people in a beautiful way, right? And so like I was so happy when you guys said you could make it today, because I wanted to make this a special show. I've been talking to you guys both for a long time about doing something, Alan in particular, and I'm really grateful that you're willing to come on and share, and we discussed what should we do for this show. Should we go this direction, that direction, and I'd love to just really get right into it with both of you guys, because I'm really looking forward to getting to know, the part of you that we haven't heard about yet. So, whoever wants to start, open up the floor and tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, where you, some things that you've overcome would be great, right? Experience, strength, and hope. And, we can have a group discussion. This is really cool that we're doing it. 3 people at once like this. It should be a cool dynamic. So thank you for making this happen.
So, Joe, you invited me like 1.5 years ago already. I was still in Germany, and back then I was not that comfortable to tell my story that open. Later on, when I really started traveling, and I made a video about it, but I would just start over there, like start with that. What did I do before Hex, and then how did Hex change my total, like a whole life? It's crazy. So, Before I was into Hex, I was not even into crypto. I was pretty much homeless in Germany, and I was abusing a lot of drugs and was addicted to alcohol as well. And I had like no job at all, and it was really a hard time for me. I had no direction to go. and I had just no goals in life. And this is, I think, the reason why people start abusing drugs, because they just have no idea why should they get even up from bed, in the morning. And then I was like sitting with my friends, and we are all high, right? And I told them, guys, we have to stop doing that, otherwise we will all die. And those guys, they said, no, come on, we are fine. But I understood that, like, I'm at the point where it's just white or black, And then I found a video of Richard Hart. He was explaining how to get rid of playing video games. And I think as any addiction, like playing video games or whatever, it's pretty much the same source. You have to clean up your life first, right? Before you can get out of that. So I used the information that Richard Hart gave me. For example, if you don't want to play the video games, throw them away. So I threw away whatever made me addicted, right? So the next step was to get rid of my friends that wouldn't help me, wouldn't support me. And this was a big step for me as well. And with all those informations, I were able to get clean right away, cold turkey, I had no problem with that. Awesome. And then I became a fan of Richard Hart. And Hex started, I didn't even think about it as making money. All I wanted to do was support Richard Hart, right?
Well,
and later
Alan,
on,
excuse me, were you conscious of what was happening, that you watched that video and had this, is that like the icing on the cake that allowed you to stop? Or did you watch this video and then subliminally just happen to stop? And did you set a date and say, that's it, no more?
No, well, it was a process of stopping with the cigarettes, with the alcohol. It took me like 2 weeks, but it was like 1 year already. I had this idea in mind that I have to stop. And every time I would consume something, I thought, man, this is bad, I have to stop. And then it was just this day, I guess it was November 2019, when I saw Richard's video. And then with this video,
good
with
timing,
the documentations,
Yeah,
I stopped right away.
Yeah.
And after I watched the first video, I watched all the videos of Richard Hart, and I've never missed one live stream since. This was pretty much it. And then, I told you already, I invested in Hex, and I did it early in Hex with a special dollar cost average strategy. I would put my money that I would waste every single day on drugs or whatever and put it into Hex. And then I had this mindset that I could not buy anything else because I already put it into Hex, and this helped me a lot as well.
Hey, Alan, were you outgoing, artistic, confident when you were younger? Is that something that you've come to find through your sobriety? I look to you for artistic inspiration in this community. I love when you're on stream. I love your energy. Have you always had that? Or is this because of the community and because of getting sober?
I had that when I was really, really young, from let's say 14 to 21, and I was really, really open, a lot of outgoing. I even had a lot of girls with me all the time. And then I found my wife, and from there on, I
settled down.
I settled down a lot, and I'm not as open anymore as I was before. I just lost the confidence because I was in this relationship, right? But we ended that, and since I'm in Hex, I'm now used to being social with the Hexicans, like online. And now with the opportunity of Hex, that I'm financially free now, I can talk to everybody on the whole world. I will find a topic and talk to them.
That's awesome. Yeah, you guys are a perfect set to go around the country and do this. You're going to represent us very well, and I can only imagine how much fun this is gonna be. Last night, Michael St. Hex, who's Scarnface Hex, Scarnface Michael Hex on Twitter, David Morales and we went to a convention, a crypto convention, and we were, Michael and I were talking about what you guys were doing and how we hope it's similar to the event that we were in, yet pulled off much more professional with much better information, but the amount of fun that we were having, it was great. And I just started to imagine what you guys are doing, going around and doing this to 40 to maybe even 60 cities. You're going to have the absolute time of your lives. And you're going to be documenting it for all of us to see too. So how do you feel, being homeless not too long ago to now, living an absolute dream? What is that like to you?
Well, it is amazing. I still cannot realize this sometimes. Sometimes I sit in front of a balcony somewhere and then it just hits me and I start laughing because this is ridiculous, guys. When I was nothing, I had so many problems, and now I'm financial free. So I started finding hacks at the beginning, right? And then I thought, okay, what could I do to help this community? And then I started doing memes. And they were really just bad memes at the beginning. And I started learning about Photoshop. This is like a whole new language I found there. And I just had fun, you know. I was producing them every single day. And then we got in touch with Patrick, started our YouTube channel. And Hex is growing and growing ever since, right? So like 1 year later, in February 2021, this was the time when I thought, okay, now I have so much money, I will never have to work in my life again. I'm financial free now. Since then, Hex has made 18x. So I have 18 times as much as I thought I would have for the rest of my life. So this is amazing. And this is opening up so many opportunities. One is this road trip that we are doing now. And what we wanted to do, this was my first idea, just like the video, I came to Patrick, come on, we're going to do that. And then I thought we're just going to have a little bit fun, you know, drive there and to the comedy show and another event or whatever. But then with Patrick and I, everything
and
evolved.
Just like get an old car, you know, and drive around with that with a few $1,000 and so on, you know, nothing pretty big, you know, nothing pretty for a lot of other peoples as well. So just like us two enjoying a bit our lives, and this was the starting point. And then luckily we didn't got the deal on the Ford Crown we were looking at, and then we got more and more help from the team in Vegas. You know them from T-Money and Barry, and
couple decent cars coming for you guys to drive.
Right? Exactly, yeah. So there is more than a Ford Crown.
But even though everything has blown up so much, we have 3 cars now. We're gonna wrap them. We have 40 cities with 15,000 miles, workshops everywhere, meet and greets everywhere. So our plan is looking like a professional comedian going through the city. Every couple of days we're in another city. So this is gonna be crazy. But the main thing is that we still have fun, right? And this is what I love doing. This is why I was able to stop my job, because now I'm a full-time Hexican, and full-time Hexican means to just have fun and promote Hex wherever you go. And the car's gonna have Hex on it, the Pulse on it, and everything. And look, I have only this shirt, you know, 5 times. This is all I'm wearing. Everywhere I go, I present Hex, and this is so important to me.
That's incredible. I love your passion for it. You're one of the first people that did put on the Hex gear all the time, every day, right? Like you and Bran are the first guys I remember just having it all the time. So, you know, very cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys do. And I know that my time in Vegas with T-Money and Lewis and Barry in particular was amazing. Those guys are a great group of guys. I've never met somebody like Barry in my entire life. A lot of us Hexicans are really truly unique, and yet we get along so well. We're so much alike still. Barry's one of those guys. Like I just feel like he's like my brother right away, you know. And we shared some really deep conversations. You know, he's an outstanding guy and a lot of fun to be around. So I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, however I can help out on this journey that you guys are on. If I can make a little leg of it, a couple trips, a couple stops. I certainly would like to. I know other people are planning the same thing, you know, around the country. That's what's really cool is the big Vegas meetup is amazing. You know, it's absolutely the top. To do that on a smaller scale all over the place and allow people to get there, you know, that can't make that trip otherwise. And you're going to have so much fun because you get to do what we did in Vegas. You get to bring that around the whole country, and you know, what you're doing is special. It's not, you're not going and doing something that's anything but altruistic, right? You're going and you're putting on these workshops, and correct me if I'm wrong. Is there a price for these workshops? There's not, right, Alan? You said
everything that the Kryptosparbuch is doing is always for free and open. So we'll never contact somebody personally, and everything we do is for free. This is the beauty of Hex. I always wanted to live like this, where nobody is paying me ever, and nobody has to pay for anything that I give out. And then if people want to, maybe they can come in contact with us to support us. But this is like really not important for us at all.
Exactly, because we just want to spread the word. We want to show the people how they can be their own bank. In the process of the workshop, we want to show them how they can create their first wallet and what features it has, how crypto security works, that it comes down to the 24 words they just wrote down on a piece of paper, what we already also will give like handouts, some marketing material as well. And that should be the process. And maybe there might be also giveaways on workshops, but let's see. So at first we would need to fund that, and let's see what it will look like. So my idea is to onboard each and everybody on this workshop, and then when we have the wallets ready, everybody can go to the computer and register their new Ethereum address there, and then we can make an how do you call it?
Raffle.
To choose a winner. And this would be like a combination of offline and online. So offline, we choose the winner, and then the community would know the winner online, and then we can do giveaways as well if somebody wants to do. We don't want to collect the money. We don't want to give this money away, but we would like to create a system, online, offline, where somebody of the Hex community who likes to do giveaways maybe would get presented with a winning address where we take care that it will be a new Hexican.
That sounds incredible. That's what drew me to this community, right? Is providing everything for free. The knowledge, the time that all of us put in, all the OGs that came before us, right? Everybody, Alan, Patrick, you guys put in so much work to make the information digestible to me that what took me 6 months to understand, we can communicate this to other people now in a matter of days, sometimes hours. Sometimes my nephew recently, I spoke to him about Hex. He got it on the first day. He got everything, T-shares on the first day. So
Nice.
So what you guys are doing is amazing, right? You're traveling around the country to provide this information that took so much, right, to get. It's a PhD in cryptocurrency, and you guys are going to go and deliver it for free with no expectation of anything in return. You're going to pay for it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and you're going to pay.
Like the main thing that we want to integrate in our life, what Richard is teaching us, that we do not and never want to make expectations of the work of others. And we don't want any other Hexicans to have expectations from us, something like this. So
I have a personal expectation. So because our goal is to bring Hex to $7 on the road trip. So this is our expectation, what we have.
That's a great goal.
That's the great thing. Like, I think that we can make it happen. Not Patrick and I, but the whole community, when we all come together and do something amazing, provide the information for the people, make them rich, and Hex will go to $7.
Yeah, so we just decided to make something cool to look at and to do, to talk about. And everybody who wants to have some of the footage is welcome to get everything, so no problem with that. Let's just make it's about cross promotion in my point of view. And if we keep the cross promotion like we are already doing it, keep cross promoting each other's stream and so on, then we will make it, because then then the YouTube algorithms will see that we are like a big group of friends, and maybe gives out the links to new interested people.
Yeah.
Because the only thing it's about eyeballs, because just look what we already reached with under 50K of stakers. Think about what we can reach with 500,000, with 5 million, with 50 million.
I agree.
Eyeballs is the most important thing. So I want to show you a really small thing that I'm doing every single day. So I have those cards. I think I posted them already. The Hexicans love that. And the best thing is that I don't even need to promote myself. All I'm promoting is Hex, PulseChain, and Richard Hart. And this is not the only thing that I have. I have like 10,000 cards here. like this.
Awesome.
And what I'm doing is I'm giving them away 10,000 cards daily where I am right now. And I think I will just do that for the rest of whatever, you know. Then when I'm in
10,000 per
America, I will
day?
just get some more. And yeah, 10,000 a day. And soon it will be in 2 cities monthly. Here in Asia, it's like really cheap to do.
Yeah. Now it's like they put it 10,000 cards in one day already, and it should be like a monthly frequent and per city.
Yeah, just today I ordered 60,000 more cards, and this is what I'm doing. This is just fun. This is just a little side project that I have to get the people involved, and you know.
I love it. So you didn't send your money to you guys are doing everything. You know,
exactly.
You're doing everything. You're getting the printing done.
I'm getting the design by myself. I'm getting the printing done. Just today, I drove all over the city to get the best cards and stuff like this. And this is what I'm doing now. Even now, like in 5 days, I will drive again, fly again to America. People will still give out those cards in the next couple of months.
Yeah. So awesome. The only thing what we are doing, because people from the community already reached out to us, and it's not we are doing that. It's like the team of the road trip as a whole is doing that. Is that we will announce next week on Thursday how everybody can be a part on the wrapped cars for the road trip, and this what we collect there will only put into the workshops to make them bigger and bigger. So we just want to be tourists in America and enjoy our time. And we wanted to drive around with a shitty car at first, and we changed let's make it a good car. And then we changed, no, each and everybody wants to have its own car. And it's like how we evolve.
The idea is that the one car will be just plain Hex, the color grading, Hex logo, and nothing else on it. And then when
Hex.com,
obviously Hex.com, but this is the car we are getting, right? So really basic. And then later on, we can still put some advertisement of any streamer or of anybody who wants to be involved, you know?
Yeah. Do you have a car in mind, Alan, for when we do hit $7? What you will be driving around the country at that point?
Ideally, I'm never owning a car anyway, so I will always lease or rent because the opportunity loss of selling Hex and putting it in the car would be...
Officially, we are tourists spending our money, and we have awesome cars driving around.
And I'm also traveling, so I don't know if I need a car.
Yeah. So, but
well, I think it's $7. It might be helicopter time or private jet time.
Maybe,
yeah.
It always depends a bit, you know, especially in America, because we need to take care that we stay tourists.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was talking to you guys a little bit last night, a little bit this morning before we went. If any Hexicans are at home and they want to help in this endeavor, that's what this is for, right? This is a community project, right? Like you're looking for help in every city, you know? So like if I'm out in the Midwest somewhere and you're stopping an hour away, I could maybe help with what types of things could I help with? How can I help as somebody that just wants to be an extra hand?
You said it right. Without the community, we couldn't even do the trip. So we have our team in Vegas. We got some more people in our team, but the most important people are the local ones in every city. For example, how could I ever set up a location in New York City for a workshop? Or what is the best apartment to get in New York? Which area? I don't know these things. So we have a Telegram group where people can come in and then just help organizing everything, and we got so much help from the community already. It's amazing.
Yeah, so there is already one workshop place what we got for free. There is one offer of accommodation what we got for free, and it's evolving like crazy. It's just awesome. Like the community reacts.
So if somebody wants to help out, come to our Telegram chat. I think Patrick can write it down somewhere, and then we post it here.
Yeah, it's t.me US road trip.
Come to the Telegram chat, tell us where you would like to meet and what workshop. Maybe you can provide information on what is a good location, what would be a good location for me to book an apartment for everybody. And yeah, go from there.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, guys, I just posted the link.
Thanks.
Join the Telegram group. Cool. So I definitely want to come back to everything. Before we go on, though, I'd love to hear from Patrick. Hear a little bit about your story, where you came from, and how you got
Sure.
into Hex, some obstacles you've overcome, and
Sure.
and then we could finish up by just talking a little bit more Hex. Maybe finish up about the road trip still, but I wanted to get you in there.
Sure.
Patrick.
So I have a tourist background. So I worked in tourism area, finished school there, and then I got into studying as well. I studied economics, but didn't really like it. Wasn't really the focus wasn't that much on economics, and I just quitted it after 2 years. And then I still needed some couple of years to find myself again, and was working in tourism area again. And I was really convinced back then about Austrian economics, like the type of the economic schools. And at first I found out about Richard Hart in the end of 2017 when he talked reality about a really bad cryptocurrency. And then luckily I refound him 2 years after, in the end of 2019, mid-November, really 10 days
Wow.
before the start of Hex. And the whole summer of 2019 and autumn, I was thinking about what should I do with my shitcoin portfolio, because I was really intelligent getting into the crypto market. I bought the top, got all in, and then in the bull run, I diversified my portfolio. And in 2018, I was a bit clever, and the dollar cost averaged in the bear market. But then stupid again, because I gave my Bitcoin away and got scammed by doing that. And so I was already in a good learning process from the crypto market. And yes, then luckily I found out about Richard Hart again, and then I sticked with him. Then he changed my total mind and point of view about economics and money and money markets and sound money and so on. And then he came with this design, with the finished one, with the hex code. And then there was nothing else for me to want to learn about than this. I was already promoting Hex from December, but at least make the Bitcoin free claim. You have Bitcoin now, and got deleted everywhere. And just went back to the small Hex community. Can I talk about Hex with you guys? Yes, you can. And yes, and then that's how it all started. And also the developers in Hex are really open-minded. So I guess the first phone call with Kyle I had back in January 2020 or something like that.
Wow.
And yes, then with RG3 and more and more guys showed up and showed that we are not bots and that we are real, and that Hex is a real thing, and that they want to explain the Hex code and all that stuff. And I also wanted to be part of that. And then I found Avid, who was already doing content creation. And yeah, actually I would have been too shy to do a YouTube channel on my own, and too lazy as well. And now in the team we are pushing up each other, and it's an awesome ride, and it gets better and better and better.
So I had my YouTube channel, and I was just putting out 1 or 2 videos in a month. I was also really, really lazy. And this is what we have in common. But because we are together now, we are having a schedule, on a calendar. Sometimes I see he is saying, Alan, come on, we have to get up, we have to do it. And sometimes I'm pushing him, and it just works pretty beautifully.
Yeah. Now we are crypto pensioners and have a new full-time job, and we love it.
I've never worked as much as I do today. It's crazy. But I love the work I'm doing now. I can
tell. I can see it.
I just love to be on a computer.
Yeah. Hex really pushed our productivity, I would say.
What was the details for you guys actually meeting? You said, Patrick, you reached out to Alan. So how did you know each other? Through Discourse Syndicate, through the chat room? That's where Maddie and I met. So we just started talking in the chat room.
he did German-speaking videos, so it's like from his YouTube channel I knew him, and then I was like reaching out to him if he don't wants to join the German chat as well, and then we had our private chat and so on. We had some phone calls, and then we said yeah, because I was already in the process of getting a nice setup, and like from the Kryptosparbuch, from the German Telegram group, there are like 2 more guys who don't want to be in front of the camera, but who are great in the at the back of the camera, who's like our host, and somebody else who does some marketing as well. And then I was like, okay, I want to do something. We would be ready to start, but I don't want to do it alone. And then I reached out to Alan. We came together, and yeah, over time we became good friends, and now we are a great team, I would say.
Absolutely. And what an outstanding line of guests you had as well to start. I remember Kareem and I remember Dev Kyle coming on your show, and both of them just absolutely blowing me away. Dev Kyle in particular, that was probably the most solid hour of Hex streaming of all time. For maybe it had to do with time and place. I don't know how I'd feel if I went back and watched it, but at the time it was just one piece of information I needed after another. That was truly amazing. You guys started to set yourselves apart in my mind there by the high level of quality of guests that you were having. That were so intelligent and had put so much time in already into Hex. And then it came on to the Hexchange conference like fireworks. It was amazing. As a fan of Hex, like I am, and like I truly, really was then. I was just getting into being comfortable on stream then. I was truly a fan then. And to have, 40 different Hexicans from all around the world that I watched all the time it was like come and join us for this live event. It was like an all-star game. I was just like a kid watching my favorite sports team, and everyone is so amazing in their own right. And I don't think I'm alone when I go out and say that you guys stole the show. I don't think I'm putting anybody else down by saying that. Everybody was amazing. And
I mean, the last long stream with Richard on the stream with the Hexican was pretty amazing for me, for example.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was very cool. The whole thing was amazing, but like you guys, you just set the bar, and the level of work that you put in, your expertise is very much appreciated, and then to meet you guys and to have so much fun, it's the same with all the other Hexicans. Like we can have the highest level of intellectual conversation possible, and then go out and just kick back and have absolutely so much fun and not discuss finance, math, Hex, just live life. And being with you guys in Vegas, I mean, I'll probably say it another 6 times before we get out of here. It was just so much fun. And when I talk about, when I tell other people about, what happened in Vegas, this and that, I always tell everybody about you, Hex Lion, to see you just over there, how much fun you had, something I'll never forget. And to know that, you're going to start in Vegas on this road trip, right? If my memory is correct. And then you're going to also end there again. And that's for Maddie's, I'm not sure the name of the Pulse Hex. I'm sorry, what the name?
Yeah, the Pulse Hex convention.
Pulse Hex convention. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it convention or like
I don't think it's going to be that.
Probably not out yet.
Okay. Maddie was here a minute ago. Maddie, if you're here, please type in the chat if anybody knows. But, regardless of what the name is, I had so much fun there. I will certainly be there in March. I wouldn't miss a Hexican event for the world, So if anybody can make either of these Las Vegas stops, you're not going to want to miss it. But the main one is March 6th to the 9th on 2021.
Yeah, so what you see here is our workshop days. Those are the dates where we're going to do the workshops where everybody can come in. If you are a Hexican or if you are a no-coiner, just come in, have a great time. And this is our dates. Obviously, we are a little before and after every workshop in the city which you see, and you find all the dates, all our route in our Telegram chat there. There's a big route, and you can just join there and follow us.
Exactly. And in the beginning of March, we will be back in Vegas, and then we will be at Maddie's. Is it a convention?
I don't know. Nobody knows
conference?
yet.
Conference,
the word is
whatever.
escaping me. I'm sorry. If anyone can help us out by typing it, that'd be awesome. But it's a convention. What's the word?
Pulse exchange.
It is something amazing, and this is why this is going to be our last stop at the trip. Normally, we would have cut the tour a little bit short, but because Matty told us that he has his next event in Las Vegas again, we really wanted to be there, of course.
Yeah, and now we plan this whole thing, and then we will have a look how we will proceed. So we don't need to give back everything what we have during the trip in the beginning of March. So there are more options, but as I said, we are just tourists in America, and we need to take care that we can stay tourists in America. And yeah, what I know is like we need to be kind to your border control in order to get our tourist permission.
And so you will have to temporarily take off from time to time throughout this?
Yeah, we will do that with the Canada thing. So you see Vancouver there, you see Toronto there, and then when we are in Vegas, we will just stop, make like 2 days, 3 days off in Mexico.
Okay, cool. Wow, what an exciting time! What an exciting trip. It's if any of us can't make all of this trip or any part of it, living vicariously through you guys to experience this is amazing. It's
yeah. So if anybody out there wants to be a part, wants to like do something, then please go ahead and contact us or contact the team in Vegas. Contact Barry. His Telegram handle is @theRainmaker4Real. That's Rainmaker, the number 4 and real. And then you will see like why this trip is going to be awesome, because we have like the best people in the background.
And often people start talking to us and they help with the tour, and then they want to be involved and they want to start planning something like a local where we can have the workshops, right? But unfortunately, Patrick and I, we are only 2 people and we cannot plan and organize everything. So this is really important that you guys, when you want to help, connect with Barry and then start the organization. And there's like a team around for just organizing all the workshops. Without that, we couldn't do it by ourselves. It's just too much.
Yeah, because you have like the driving, then you have that to keep in mind, then you have the whole communication, then you have like thousands of people you want to onboard.
Yeah. So I shared the map as well. Maybe we can bring that up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So people have an idea which route we are taking.
Can we zoom in a bit?
Yep, I will try. Is that bigger already for you, John?
No, there you go. Yep, there we go.
So that's where we start here in Vegas, and then we just like go a little bit off east, and after that north, cross the whole country, and go back this way again.
Can you do that one more time, Alan? A little bit slower, please.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we're really fast.
But you guys can
you like
also,
sport cars, no?
you guys will find the link in our Telegram chat, and then you can just click every single dot here, for example. Then you will find the dates when we are in this location, in case of you want to drive with us, for example. And yeah, we are. Maybe Patrick can talk a little more.
Like each and every streamer might be near a point. We can also do, besides the workshop, we can also come with our merchandise things and with the cars and so on, and do some content creation for you guys out there as well. Just if you want to, and occasional drive-bys, and in some cities it will be like a bit tricky, like in New York it's hard to get from A to B with a car. What I know, it's not built like Vegas, which is built for cars. And yeah, we will figure something out. Just communicate with us. Communication is the key, and especially right now we have a lot of things in mind. So if you want to make something possible, just check the map, just check when we are at the point where you want to do something with us, and then reach out to us and we can make something happen.
And what you see here is the red dots. Those are workshops, but we also have yellow spots, for example. Those are just casual meetups. And as you see, we need some more casual meetups, I think. So if you want to have a casual meetup, just text us and maybe we can make something happen if there are enough Hexicans that want to help out.
I see, just real quick, I think maybe Michigan, if you could put I don't know if that's where that yellow dot is, if you would be going to Detroit.
No, Detroit is not on the list, no?
Where is Detroit?
It's in Michigan. So right where Chicago is 16, it's northeast of that. So you'd have Ann Arbor, Michigan is a beautiful city that represents if it's gonna be in the fall. It's similar to New England, so it's really beautiful up there. It's it has everything, right? So Ann Arbor is a beautiful city right outside Detroit. And then also Buffalo, New York is where, what's that waterfall called? Anybody help me out? The Niagara Falls.
Yeah, we're going to be there.
Oh, you are? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Niagara Falls is going to be 22.
We will be in Toronto and then on the Canadian side on the falls.
Beautiful. Cool.
And from there we will go to Boston, and from Boston we will drive down the West Coast until Miami. And Miami is like a longer stay because there are a lot of Hexicans, and it's awesome during Christmas and New Year there that we are staying over Christmas and New Year in Miami.
Yeah, so if you don't mind saying that just again, Patrick, one more time, because that is going to be one.
Yeah, so after the second time in Canada with Toronto, we will be on the Canadian side of the Niagara Falls, and then we go to Boston. And from Boston, do you know when Boston is from the timing? I guess
the Miami part in particular, Patrick, as far as you're going to be down
the Miami part will be from Christmas to New Year. So 23rd of December we will arrive, and until the 4th of January. And on the 4th, there is planned that we go back up to Tampa, and then on the way to New Orleans, and then the focus is on Dallas.
So it seems like to me, if you are a Hexican that's in the position to financially take 4 vacations a year, it seems like maybe planning one for the end of December down in Florida would be, quite a bit of fun if a bunch of us were to do that.
I would say that will be quite a bit of fun, and I guess especially for you as well, because yesterday you were there with 2 of the Hexicans, no?
Yeah. I'm down here in South Florida now. It was amazing to be where we were. We had so much fun. It was nothing like what we're used to in Hex. It's everything like what you hear about the horror stories. I took so many videos where I was kind of being hateful and trolling, and I actually had to shut my camera off, my phone off, because I was like, man, this is mean. Like, I don't want to make fun of these people, but they were so lost and so just not informed, and the things that they were pushing and selling was so crazy. So, the contrast between what you guys are doing and what we experienced last night. Well, can you hear me?
Yep.
It was just absolutely incredible. We've been off screen for about 10 minutes. Sorry, everybody. So it's what you're going to be bringing around the country is going to be absolutely amazing. And, I look forward to helping out in any way that I can. So it's so much fun to get involved, right? That like, sometimes it's more fun even than the event is just getting prepared for everything, helping out, getting it all set up, looking forward to it. So yeah, I'm going to be down here for sure in the winter season, and I'm going to be hitting up as much as that, Southeast road trip with you guys as I can, maybe even more if I can. So
thanks, Joe. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
absolutely. You guys, if we got a little bit more time, if we want to, I got a couple questions just outside of
sure,
just what's going on with. Curious, I don't get the sense from you a bit. And I think maybe I've heard you speak specifically on it. Are you involved in Pulse as much as you are in Hex? As far as
yes.
100%. Okay. All right, cool. I wasn't sure. Because I
so
know.
For me, Pulse will be the substrate where I do my financial decisions in the future, right? So Hex is going to be always my top one thing that I love and everything. But PulseChain is going to be there right next to it, I guess.
Nice.
It's just not out yet. And I love things that are out, that are done, that I can talk about and try out. And as soon as Pulse launches, I'm going to play with that because I did sacrifice. I did.
Yeah,
Nice.
For me, it's kind of the same. And I also think that Pulse will be the next awesome blockchain, what the crypto market really needs. And I won't say that on PulseChain there is only, maybe in the beginning, but not in general, only one good other cryptocurrency. And why not bring on the gaming community into crypto? Why not bring on the NFT community into crypto? But only sell NFT, guys. Don't buy them. Make them and sell them. Then you can make money and you can put it into real good crypto, for example. Yeah.
That's
or
right.
like this liquidity mining game. So why not? There is a market. People are interested in it. And for the German community, yeah, I would say I have kind of a responsibility to just show them in the German language, like how all these kind of things can be done and what you can do there. But also for me, like the first and foremost thing will be Hex, because it will from the get-go be the first finished financial product on the PulseChain.
And now with PulseChain, this is the first time for me where I can actually diversify my portfolio, because right now it's 100% in Hex and I love it this way. And to have another wallet with some Pulse, that would be great as well. And maybe in the future we will have liquidity mining, and that could be a third token even,
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel comfortable with all of them holding them,
Yeah, it's a good thing. Real quick, Hex Live, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. Thanks for being here. Yeah, it's going to be pretty wild that I would never have been able to hold before the dips in Hex up and down, right? I would have sold either or on its way up, on its way down. Now, thankfully, I have a little bit of training like the rest of us. I got some diamond hands, right? So it's going to be interesting because we are going to have Pulse, and Pulse is not going to be locked up. So do we really have diamond hands when we see a 10x, when we see a 90, 80% drop maybe? So that's going to be interesting, right? Because it's very easy.
I hope nobody has diamond hands when you see an 80% drop. That would open up huge opportunities.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you guys have any thoughts in mind about any opportunities that may come about when the fork happens?
I guess it will be like crazy. It will be highly volatile, and the PulseChain as a whole is still a new market, still a new blockchain, still with new price finding, and usually new markets are not highly liquid, so they are usually illiquid, and that leads to huge volatility. So I guess there will be a lot of spikes in a lot of cryptocurrencies. So actually, I guess at first we will see which ERC20s are really have users, because those users, those liquidity mining providers, those liquidity providers will move over because they have something there. They just need to switch the network and collect. So. Either they collect or they put in the pool, which might be the better deal for just making 2 clicks and putting it in a pool where you don't need to pay $30 to $200 to get into the pool and the same amount of money to get out. And you can start earning passive income based on fees as well, and you are not on the trader side, so you are basically the exchange. So you are just feeling happy if more and more traders are making more up and down movements, are creating more volume, because you as the liquidity provider is just sitting back, leaning back, and collecting a few part of each fee which gets created.
So the strategy we have in the Kryptosparbuch for our German community, we discussed that really openly, and it has two legs pretty much. First is to be liquid, and then if there is opportunity, start buying, start accumulating. Just as Kareem is saying, dollar cost averaging is like never stopping, right? So this is the first important thing, and the second one is to relax and start. Let's see what the market does. Let's have a chart first, and based on that chart, after some time, you can make decisions then.
Yeah, only like with forked stablecoins, I would recommend to put it into Pulse or Hex right away, because then you are safe with that. You know, when you can do this transaction, you know that with more Hex or with more Pulse, you will be safe, but you don't know it exactly if you will be safe with forked stablecoins.
Yeah, I was wondering that same thing. Am I holding stable coins for this? Because I was. I talked to Knights of the Crypto Roundtable the other night, and Motley, threw out some information.
The thing for the people out there, what I need to add, we are holding USDC anyway, because we don't want to be forced to sell at a certain point. So we have not 100% in Hex, but like 99 or a bit less. That we already also have like our stablecoin portfolio, and we still don't trust banks. So what we have in the bank is just like for the next little bit, and then what we have in stablecoins is for the next little bit, and this is like the way how we keep together. And you need to find a good balance. So I would not recommend to have more than 10% stablecoin in your portfolio, because now we have a longer time frame, and I was misleading the time frame up front. So I was also like, in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks, we are live. And that's not the case right now. Software is always a fight, like Richard said. So let's give the devs the time they need to make it just an awesome thing. And as we have more time leading into the fork and the PulseChain, there is enough time for another Hex movement. It's only like, because in this short time window I had in mind before, it's not possible to squeeze the price up that high, but now we have more time. So we will have a couple of weeks, then we will have an announcement. Usually crypto prices are rising when announcements are hitting. So when Richard announced the sacrifice phase will begin in 4 days, not is starting now, so will begin, that were the time where we made 100% in 3 days.
And I think I can even share a little Easter egg that somebody in our community just talked about recently. I and Patrick, we have not even thought about that, because we don't hold Ethereum. So when you hold Ethereum, you have gonna pulse on your PulseChain network, right, on a blockchain. But how much are those pulses worth then compared to the Ethereum on the other side? Probably not that much, because we got the sacrifice phase. Everybody who sacrifices gets more pulse than if you just hold the Ethereum, right? So a smart guy in our community said, why not swap the Ethereum for Hex? Then let's make the fork happen. And after that, you can switch the Hex back to Ethereum if you like Ethereum, So just so you don't get diluted from all of that.
Because the free claim is more dilution if you would have just hold Hex,
And so it's a great thing. I always compare to the big payday we had in 1.5 years ago, or like 1 year ago. We just doubled our money, right? And this what Pulse is actually happening again. If you hold Hex, you're gonna have twice as much in the future. This is amazing, and I think everybody who knows this information should really take this in consideration and get the most out of it.
Absolutely, I think you guys have a great idea there. I just want to add to everyone at home, especially if you're living in the United States, it is a taxable event. So, do certainly be conscious of that and speak with your accountant or lawyer if you're worried about that. But if you don't need to worry about short-term capital gains, and you've been hanging on to your crypto for over 12 months, and you want to make these moves that we're talking about, that would be ideal. Papa B even told me about, and we talked about this when I was with Axis Alive on stream, that there's the Coinly software that allows you to both switch back and forth, toggle back and forth between LIFO and FIFO regarding your accounting. And so you could choose to pick the most recent Hex that you bought and not get killed with short-term capital gains.
Yeah, or you don't have a tax bias from the get-go and just do what you want to do.
That's
and
right.
when you have, it depends like where you are. Are you an old Hexican who is thinking about, like, for example, should I trade with a few percent of my portfolio right now? Or are you a new Hexican who is still in the process of building up his portfolio? Because if the second one is the case, then you don't have anything to worry about taxes, because you take your US dollars and build up your bag. And doing so, I would also recommend to build up a few percent of a stablecoin bag, because the Kryptosparbuch strategy is never all in, never all out, and always have some liquidity. And I am not sure what prices will do in the short term, and after the fork will be a crazy time. But there might be something like half an hour after the big payday was an awesome time to buy in. 3 weeks later, there was like 2 days or something, awesome time to buy in. And that's why I also like to recommend to people to have a bit of stable coins as well. And this is not a taxable event, because you just change your US dollars into USDC. And when the time is right, you get in the market. So there is no taxable event at all if you're building up your portfolio. If you have already your portfolio, then the taxable event is already when you sell your Hex into USDC.
Yep. Thank you, guys. I would love to get your thoughts on this in particular, because I don't understand fully what Richard meant by this tweet. So I'd like to pull it up, read it, and then see if there's a Easter egg hidden in plain sight, because that's the type of tweet that I feel like it is. I feel like he's telling us something more than simply what's here. So he says, you get a copy of all your Ethereum coins on the PulseChain network. Imagine you earn trading fees and bonus rewards by depositing your ERC20 and free PRC20 copies in a Uniswap fork. What if USDC liquidity was doubled, then bridged in for Hex on Pulse? Double fun. So it's that last couple bits that throws me off. Is there something hidden in there? Is there something like a gem that's...
Yeah, maybe, because the sacrifice address got around 200 million worth of stable coins.
What I get out of that, and I think I got that out of the last live stream, is that today, if you want to provide liquidity, then you put this awesome product Hex and Ethereum, for example, and normally you don't want to have Ethereum, so you're sad when the Hex price goes up. But now with this opportunity we have on the PulseChain, you love your Hex and you have them double, and you just get them for free anyways, so you can put it in and don't have to be afraid on what side to be on. And always also, this is of course for Hex and whatever other pair there is, because you got it for free. This is what I'm getting out of that.
What I'm getting out of that is that USDC will reach social consensus with $1 on PulseChain pretty soon.
So thank you both. What about this? Because this is one of the initial thoughts I had as well. If you are a Hex holder and you get PHEX and you do provide liquidity, could Richard be implying that we will be getting somehow
double the reward? That means that like right now you have, let's say, 100,000 Hex. So right now you would need to sell 50% of that for something else to put it equally into a pool. And if you wait after the fork, you have the 100,000 Hex here and you have the 100,000 Hex here. So you can put 200,000 Hex worth of volume in the pool, which might create you the double the reward, but it depends how big the overall pool is, how much reward you get out of it. But
that makes a lot of sense, Patrick. Thank you.
It could be like double the rewards, yeah. If there is nobody else who wants to do that on this chain as well, because it's better to do this on this new awesome chain. So there might be a new liquidity provider as well who provides some liquidity for coins.
How do you guys see things like the yield farming? Do you think that Hexicans will revolutionize that as well to make it maybe more acceptable, more safe, more like what a crypto should be, like what Richard would build? Do you think that
No, I don't think
Yeah.
so, because
No?
we cannot look into each and every contract which gets created on the PulseChain.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure that there will be scam coins from the get-go on the PulseChain as well, because we are still in a open space with not much regulatory background, and everybody who can program can create a coin on the PulseChain network as well. And you will still need to take care of yourself and your privacy and your private key, even with the PulseChain. So it's not like that there will come governance to it or something like that. No.
Yeah. Go ahead.
For me
Go ahead.
personally, it is revitalizing the pools a little bit, because I was recommending everybody since the first day to put liquidity for Hex and Ethereum on the version 1 or version 2 even. But I didn't know what to do, and Patrick always told me, man, I have a big opportunity loss because Hex is rising so much. But now I am able to have both assets in a pool that I am trusting. You know?
Yeah, because
this is
now
great
you
for
can.
me.
You mean like the Hex pool?
Yeah, or Hex Pulse maybe even.
Yeah, what do you mean is the Hex pool? Because still, like each pool, if it's based with USDC, I wouldn't recommend doing it.
Is there a pool that is Pulse and Hex?
There will be a Pulse and Hex pool as well on both sides, on Uniswap and on PulseChain.
This is solving my problem, because with an Hex and Ethereum pool, I don't like this Ethereum, you know. But with Hex and Pulse, I would love to provide.
Yeah, so on Uniswap you would have the possibility to put Hex and bridged pools, and on the Pulse side you will have the opportunity to put Hex of the PulseChain and Pulse from the PulseChain. Oh. No, Pulse from the PulseChain as well. We don't need to talk about bad blockchains anymore. I disagree on the being friendly stuff if it's still at least $20 to get in the market.
It sounds like, though, what you're saying, Alan, by my understanding, my experience in liquidity providing has been not good, because I didn't know what I was doing and I didn't have a lot of money. And my very limited experience has told me that you should have a tremendous amount of money in both currencies, and also have a very long time horizon where the dips and the pumps are going to offset themselves, because
that's true. Yeah.
Even if you put Pulse with Hex, Pulse could go up much faster than Hex in the very beginning, perhaps, or vice versa. And a highly volatile pair with something that's not so volatile, I seem to have not done so well, right? So I don't have a lot of experience, like I said, but it sounds like if you put E-Hex and P-Hex together, that might actually be something I would explore.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can explore that, but that won't bring you huge rewards, I guess.
Why?
Because I think that especially this pair will have huge liquidity.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
But you're totally right, Joe. If you have not enough money, if you don't have that much volume and stuff like this, then you will probably just be better off holding Hex, staking Hex. And I never did that for the money. I just did it to learn about liquidity pools, how everything works.
Right.
And also to give back to the community. I think it would be awesome if everybody would provide some kind of liquidity, you know. I always said, just don't go to a restaurant for one time and then you can provide the $50 of liquidity, and you're learning, you're talking to your friends about it. This is the reason why I was promoting it, and I will promote that in the future as well.
Or you stake long term and then you can go and spend $500 at the restaurant. That's my take on that. So I already experienced it twice with the impermanent loss, and I am just not recommending it. Like you said, if you're not having a big bag and so on, then just don't do it and focus on staking, you know. And with staking, you will end up better, in my point of view, than with providing liquidity, because your tiny little part of the whole liquidity pool doesn't matter like which pool you take, will be not more than you can get in a 3-year stake, for example.
Right. I'd like to just briefly touch on my experience with providing liquidity. I'm sorry, I shared this the other day. I went to create some tutorial videos and essentially created a tax event for myself by getting rid of my Ethereum, or excuse me, selling a little bit of my Hex to put it into Ethereum so I could make a tutorial video, so I could end up being done and then go back to the Hex, right? So I sold some Hex temporarily, bought some ETH, went in, did a tutorial video. So I was learning about these to yield farming, right? And my particular experience, why it was bad, is it's not transparent like it is in Hex. So the indicators when you're using the website, the green number, the big number that's telling you you're doing well, it's not real.
No, that's not real, because it's like a what is it? I know what my number is like.
It's just fees, right?
Okay, I thought you're talking about the APY number, which is calculated from the last 24 hours forward for the total year, because that is like how this special number of 500, 800, 1000% gets created. If you just take like the exceptionally crazy day of today and put it 364 days in the future.
Right. I'm not talking about specifically that. That's another gigantic issue, is the lying regarding the rewards and the APY. It's disgusting. Yeah. Right. And it's not something that's going to be remedied either. It was designed that way. Right. So the reason it's there, the reason it's misleading, is because it was made that way. So no one's going to fix any of this stuff. Right. It's not there to help you. It's not there to make your life better. It's a trick, right? It's to game you. So what I would love to see is on the PulseChain, someone to take that opportunity of providing liquidity and put it into digestible information, such as Hex.vision, right? Or any of the great Hex websites that we have. My problem is I'm not going to specifically call out any one of these projects.
I mean, when I did it on Uniswap, it was pretty transparent. When I did it on layer 2 swap exchanges, Texas, it was kind of transparent. And
let me tell you exactly what my issue was. So that, because it was not Uniswap, but of course it's a Uniswap clone. So what it is when you log into your dashboard, you see a big green number. That's, oh man, that's my profit. That's my fees and my rewards, right? And wow, did I make a lot of money last night, right? It's a big green number. And then this, in the small print down in the right, so small on your screen you can't even really read it. You look and you realize that you're suffering impermanent loss, right? And so if you're just getting in and you don't know what that is, and you didn't go to look at the quantity of what you have, you don't know. And oh my God, I made $700 last night in one night, but I didn't realize I lost 850 through impermanent loss, right? So that big green number on my screen is not showing me negative $150. It's not red and negative 150 like it would be in Hex. It's not. It's green and showing me how good I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's disgusting to me. That's designed to take advantage of people. There could be an indicator. There could even be an impermanent loss indicator that tells you at all times where you are if you were to pull out. And like people just haven't made that yet because it's not there to help you. So I'm looking forward. Go ahead.
Yeah. That's why Alan says like, yeah, just do it with a little bit. And I'm saying, no, just make more staking first. And then you can play those games if you want to.
If Joe hadn't done that, he couldn't share his experience and educate other people. So it's good that you had this experience with little money.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and now he's like on my side saying, no, stake.
Yeah, I'm saying stake as well.
I think, Alan, you're 100% right. Take a little bit of money, everybody. No financial advice. Do whatever you want. Be prepared. This money's going to be gone. You're going to lose it. Whatever you do over there, like it's just gone. You're just going out on an expedition to learn something. And for the reasons you just said, it was worth my time to do it. I'm happy that I did it. I don't think I'm going to save anybody else from doing it. We all have to learn on it by ourselves. But yeah, I think where you're going to end up is just like what Patrick said. You have to be there's guys and gals in our space that have the funds, the liquidity, and the time horizon to do that, so it's cool to dip our toes in the water and realize if we get to that level, maybe we do something like that.
But I have never experienced any issue of the need that we need to have more liquidity in the pool. So I don't know like why some people are crying about that, but I don't know like how much money those people have, like 10 million, 100 million, I don't know. But if you want to sell 1 million, do it in the course of a few days. You won't hurt the price much. If you want to buy $1 million worth of Hex, $1 million worth of Hex, then just do it in a couple of days, and you will be fine, without moving the price against you that much. So I really don't know why people are complaining that much about liquidity, because I think we are in the pre-viable stage, and I think there will still need to be years that the billionaires of the world also find out about Hex and maybe buy in.
Yeah.
So I have a comment here from Fathead. He's saying, just jumped in. You won't mention the project you are talking about? ? And I think that's really important, guys. What Joe is doing here, he is talking about the project, but not mentioning it because we don't want people to go there and get wrecked. So the only thing that we talk is Hex, Pulse, and everything else will just get ghosted from us, right?
For sure. It's a dangerous world out there. Like, you watch Richard, and it almost seems like, for me, he's the entirety of my experience up until recently, what done on my own. So I hear what he says, kind of goes in one ear out the other sometimes. Like, oh, it can't be that bad. It can't truly be like this. It can't be all bad actors. It's kind of surprising, how it is. So I'm very careful not to mention any names. And the reason I wanted to have this discussion is because, as someone who sort of feels a little Hex maximalist, a little Hex maxius, right? Like, that's how I feel. Pulse is happening, and Richard's bringing in this new world. I don't want to alienate the opportunities. I also don't want to fall into any degenerate behavior. So what I do want to do is utilize this opportunity to have a fast, cheap, fee-burning blockchain to create something. Not me myself. I'm looking forward to other people creating things that help other people. And what does that mean? That doesn't mean like the guy that I met in Las Vegas that wants to start a betting company, right, on the PulseChain because his algorithm is more fair to the gambler. So he's actually making the world a better place. Like, no, you're not, dude. You are not making the world a better place.
Nice framing.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to people that have really cool ideas that are going to do something.
But really... we cannot stop those people. And I don't know. I mean, we don't need to mention them from the get-go, but I don't want to say, no, you're not allowed to do something related to gambling on the PulseChain. If there is a market, let there be a market. That's my take on it. I can also not decide if there should be a Vegas in the world or if there shouldn't be a Vegas in the world. And if people want to have a Vegas on the PulseChain, they should get their Vegas on the PulseChain. That's right. my take on it. I don't need to use it. Maybe if it's an awesome online gambling thing, then like in Vegas, I take like $300 and sit on the digital poker table, earn some crypto, and then I put it back into X or something like that. Yeah.
Joe, I totally feel you. I'm a Hex maximalist already, and I cannot even think about anything else. If people come to me and they tell me they're gonna create their own coin or whatever, then I say fuck off. I don't want you everything near me at all. I just choose with what people I communicate, and if they have stupid coins, and I just not talk to them.
Yeah, I'm more the take on let's get great new developers on the PulseChain, and they should build whatever they want. But if they're good coders and good developers, then the community will have a job for them.
Right. Yeah. The amount of developers currently working on Ethereum is relatively concerning. Right, by what we heard from Richard say. My thought was like everyone else. I think I thought a lot of people, tens of thousands of developers were working on it. It's really just a handful.
Yeah, it's not like, thousands of people are just like making suggestions, but the really work gets only done by 4 to 6 people, 4 or 5 people.
So what those other 10,000 people really are doing is they are designing dApps on top of Ethereum, right? So all of those people really are the bread and butter of who can come over to the PulseChain. So I think there's a tremendous amount of developers with opportunity, and I'm just curious to see what's going to happen, because I do want to be a part of it. I do want to support the projects at the same time. Like, Dorsey said, as long as it's quote unquote responsible gambling, we just want to make sure that it's difficult, right? I want to support the chain. I want to support the ecosystem. At the same time, we got to be careful and have a great amount of discernment, right? And make sure that. Of
course, yeah. So there is just 2 things, to be open-minded, and then to do your own research in order, okay, which thing I want to talk about in regards to PulseChain projects or not. And actually, from the get-go, I would not talk about any PulseChain project besides of the Uniswap fork of the second one, because it's a cool option for liquidity promining and bridging ERC20s to PRC20s. And besides that, I will just wait and see what the market is deciding and what the market brings up. And if I have something which I find interesting, or which somebody else tells me, like, have a look here or there, whom I trust, then I will do my own research. And if it's like a nice thing to play around, to use a blockchain, maybe why not? And if it's like, I don't know, if it's a cool thing where you can, I don't know, make your own NFTs, and then there will be a market where you can sell your creations, and there are buyers. So why not? So
right. Yeah, it'd be cool. Exactly what you said. I've heard a couple people bring that up. If there would be some sort of NFT marketplace, I'm aware of them outside. I won't mention what they are, but they do exist on other chains. Where you could create, your own stores of NFTs, similar to Shopify and Etsy. Where one of them is.
And why not giving people more and more opportunity to earn money? If there are other stupid people who like to buy JPEGs for too high of a price, then it's not my decision,
Yeah, so I started doing the NFT game as well. I think I was just pretty much one of the first Hexicans that made NFTs, and I was asking Richard about it. What was his thought? And he just said, "Man, stop wasting your time. Time is so valuable. Why waste it with the stupid projects, stupid coins? Just do the important things in the world. Get financial free with Hex, and then care about yourself. Your life. This is the most important thing. And this is why I talk harshly to everybody who's wasting their time, because I want to save them. I did the same mistakes, and they don't need to do the same."
I just am really impressed with you guys. Really, truly blown away. I'm happy to be on your team in this community. What you're doing.
We're happy to have you, Joe. We're happy to have you.
Thank you. This what you guys are doing and why you're doing it, and the energy behind you doing it is infectious. It's inspiring. It's what Hex is all about to me. It's what this community does for me on a daily basis. When I wake up in the morning, I look to Hex Twitter, to YouTube, to Telegram, right? And I look for some sort of inspiration, some sort of entertainment, some creativity. And what you guys are doing right now is repeatedly giving that to me. And I just really want to, take my hat off to you, say thank you. You've done an amazing job. You made an impact on me, hundreds of other Hexicans that I know. We're just getting started. So I just want to, give a heartfelt thank you, because it requires work, right? It's patience. You put in a lot of time. It's going to cost money. This is going to be blood, sweat, and tears, right? And just like the looks on your face right now, like I could just, I can see the excitement in your eyes, and it's
we are like
amazing.
Getting more and more excited each and every day. The closer the road trip comes.
And at this point, it's not even about money anymore. People ask me all the time why I do not just sit on the beach and drink tequilas all day. First, I did that already, and it's getting boring really fast. But I do that because of the community. Getting connected with all the Hexicans is amazing. Or maybe showing no corners what Hex is, and then 1 year later you receive a call that you changed somebody's life, that they're financially free now as well. And I know how beautiful this is because I'm experiencing this right now. And when people tell me like you that I'm an inspiration, and I think this is so fulfilling for my life. And this is the reason why I never want to stop doing what I'm doing right now. I love my life because of the community.
Absolutely.
So you drank tequila in between of the Corona? You only saw the Corona.
Yeah. Sometimes I couldn't put that much tequila on the video because it was just...
Well, I want to say thank you for joining me today, guys. I'd love to do this again, sometime in the future, because hanging out with you guys.
Joe, I'm sure that we will meet in real life again as well.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us, Joe.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Kryptosparbuch, what do you have coming for streaming next? When's the next time we can catch you?
So next time you can catch us will be Monday evening, where we do at first our weekly German streaming, and then the English update. Then the most interesting Kryptosparbuch stream will come next week, Thursday, when we will be back in Vegas and when we have good and nice announcements to make. And like tonight, in about, when is it? 4 or 5? In 5.5 hours, we will be live at the Crypto Cabanas show.
Awesome.
To celebrate the how do you call it when you get out of the army?
We don't celebrate anything, so we don't have any expectations.
No, we will celebrate the pension
for
of
Motley.
Yeah, nobody knows that yet, though. Not even Motley, so shut up about that.
Sorry. Yes. Thanks, Patrick. No. I said the same thing. So yeah, we got a special day for a Hexican later today. I'm going to be joining you guys probably as well over on that stream. Yeah, so I did want to quick before I go, I do have a stream coming up on Monday. It's with a relatively lesser known Hexican, right? Someone that doesn't stream. So I know he has an incredible story. His name is Lord Hex. I really would love for everybody to join us over there on Monday night. Come show your support for a new Hexican. It's some of the best streams that I've been a part of have been with somebody that, I just met for that first time. So wanted to take this opportunity to do a little promo for that.
Was he in Vegas as well, or?
No, he was not. No.
Okay.
No, but his name is Lord Hex. The E in the Hex is a 3, so you can see him, follow him on Twitter. Take a look at his testimonial video. He's excited about coming on. He's been through a lot. He's a Hexican through and through. So, please join us on Monday night, and we'll be doing this show on Fridays, like I said at the beginning. Trying to do a couple shows a week, and really looking forward to the next few months, guys. So, Kryptosparbuch, this has been a pleasure. Well, thank you so much. I apologize for me destroying the pronunciation, but figure rather than
you did good.
Yeah.
You did a good job. Yeah.
All right, cool. Cool. All right, guys. Well, we'll see everybody tonight over at Cabana Crypto's Happy Hour show. So,
Yeah.
thank you, everybody. Take care.